14th overall, the 49ers drafted Javon Kinlaw, a defensive tackle out of South Carolina. Now, I'm not going to pretend I know a bunch about the guy because I don't. But what I do know is that they just lost defensive tackle DeForest Buckner to the Colts. And now it appears that they already have replaced him with a cheaper option in the NFL draft. And it's crazy to me that, the 49ers have now drafted another defensive lineman in the first round. It's just pretty crazy to me what they've done over the years. In 2015 is when it started. They drafted Eric Armstead in the first round out of Oregon. Then in 2016, they drafted DeForest Buckner. In 2017, they drafted Solomon Thomas on the defensive line. And in 2019, Nick Bosa. Not to mention they added Dee Ford, who's a former first-round pick from 2014. And now they've added another first-round defensive lineman in the first round of the NFL draft. And it's just ridiculous and pretty scary to me that, their D-line led them to a Super Bowl last year. And they just might have reloaded and made it good again. And, it was already great. Like, it was great. They lost DeForest Buckner. They were still great. They added another defensive tackle from the first round. It's pretty crazy to me how over and over again the San Francisco 49ers have continued to invest and reinvest in their defensive line, building their team at the front. It's just crazy to me now. It's interesting the way they built their team and keep building their team over and over again and finding a cheaper option at the defensive line rather than DeForest Buckner. I was pretty disappointed that they didn't keep the group together when DeForest Buckner left to the Colts. Now, they didn't keep the group together, but they did probably, it looks like, replace him with a cheaper option. I said that multiple times, but I just can't get over, are they really going to have still an incredible defensive line? It's just terrifying to think about. Now, the 49ers also drafted Brandon Ayuk, who's a receiver from Arizona State. They drafted him 25th overall. They traded up to get him, which is really interesting because the 49ers needed a receiver. And he was a big play threat in college, but he's raw. He needs coaching. He needs someone to develop him. Now, the 49ers are a perfect team to draft a guy like Brandon Ayuk and develop him because not only they have a good coaching staff in place, I love their head coach, Kyle Shanahan, and I really like what the 49ers do, which is understanding the strengths of their players and adapting their offense to that. But here's what's really, really cool. The 49ers receivers coach is none other than Wes Welker. He's going to teach Brandon Ayuk how to get the best out of himself. And I just think, man, Brandon Ayuk is in the best possible spot for him to develop as a receiver in San Francisco. And I think all around this was a really, really great move for the 49ers. In case you don't know, Strong Opinion Sports is not just a YouTube channel. It is also a full audio podcast. You can find it on Spotify, on iTunes, on Google Play, pretty much everywhere you find podcasts. And if you like podcasts, please do me a huge favor and give it a listen.